Hi, hello everyone. My name is Sharon and I am very happy to be here today. So, before we start, don't forget that at Spoken Learning we provide Spanish lessons for children and adults. So, if you want to explore and learn a little bit more about Spanish or just to get better at it, please give us a call at 1-832-413-3166. Okay, so um, today we're going to talk about the two sounds of the letter R, and I will give you some tips on how to correctly roll your R's or how to make the trill sounds so you can get better at your pronunciation. Okay, so the R sound. Um, the R sound is not a thing that we naturally have the ability to do. This sound is also present in other languages such as Italian and German, but it represents a very important part of the Spanish language. And I know that it can be a little tricky sometimes. But if it makes you feel better, there's some native Spanish people that can pronounce this sound correctly. The R sound, well, the letter R has actually two sounds in Spanish. We have the first sound that is the R or soft R. Um, and this sound is created just by following the image that we have here in the chart. So the only thing that you need to do is to put your tongue at the top of your palate in between your alveoles and your upper teeth. And while you're expulsing some air, you just give your palate a little tap. For example, ere, 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 ere. So basically, the thing about this soft R is that you just need to give one tap to your teeth. Okay, so it's just ere. Okay, here's like the chart where you can see the position of your tongue in your teeth. So yeah, just say with me, ere, ere. Okay, so for practicing this position of the tongue in this letter, we can try to say camarón, caramelo, caramelo, camarón, and we can repeat this for words, and it'll be just one tongue twister. So we have camarón, caramelo, caramelo, camarón, camarón, caramelo, caramelo, camarón. So when you're actually getting used to this sound, you can just speed up the thing. Camarón, caramelo, caramelo, camarón. Camarón, caramelo, caramelo, camarón. So, okay, let's continue. Then we have the double R or the trill sound. This is basically the complicated one because we have the strong R. This sound is the classical sound you think when you think of something related to Spanish language, like arriba, or I don't know. But before we start learning about the correct R sound, I just want you to remember that this is just a matter of practice more than anything else. So what you need to do in order to not to get frustrated at it is just be patient with you and practice a lot. Okay, so in order to make this sound, what we need to do is going back to this chart where we have like the position, right? So if we say the word better, we have like a similar position in our mouths when it comes to the tongue, okay, and the sound of the letter T, the double T in better, okay? So what we need to do in order to pronounce the double R or the thrill sound is just to repeat this sound a lot of times. So what we need to do is like to bounce our tongue in our mouth, okay? But how do we do this if actually this is not a mechanical sound? What I mean with mechanical, the thing is with the R sound is that we actually don't need to do any kind of movement in our mouths. So it's just like we place our tongue there and we just let the air do the magic. Okay, so we don't actually need to move our mouths or our tongues or anything. Okay, so we're keeping this position on the mouth, and what we're going to do later in order to get like the movement on the tongue with the air is just let a sigh go in. So you just go with your tongue in the position, and then you just sigh. Okay, so we do. So what you need to notice is that you need to be very accurate when it comes to the amount of air that we're going to be releasing. Because if you do it like super hard, you just like have this sound. Okay? And if you do it like with not enough air, what you will get is just another kind of sound, and it will be something like so you're like blocking the sound. So what we need is like the air pass through our tongue and our teeth. So we have just like this. We just need to practice the R. R. Okay, so in order to continue our practice with this word, with this letter, we have these words. They might seem a little bit difficult at the beginning, but then they get just easier. So we have perro, perro, ferrocarril, ferrocarril, carro, carro. Okay, one more time. Perro, perro, ferrocarril, carro. If you think that this way of just letting the air go through with a sigh is too hard for you, other thing you can do to actually kind of get the sound is to separate the words and keep the same sound and the same position that we have with our soft R. So we have right? Then we have per, and then we read the second syllable, ro, per, ro. This can be a little bit tiring at the beginning, but after a while of reading like this, our brain kind of gets tired of us like doing this job of reading two things because it's basically the same sound and it magically just unites. So then after a little while of repeating the letter R, like this, well, the brain just unites it and it starts reading the sound as one. So if we repeat the same word a lot of times, you will probably get like the sound. So it's perro, 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 perro. You see? And then you start getting like the sound automatically. So we have perro, ferro, carril. Same thing. Ferro, carril. And then with the third word, carro, carro, carro. So we actually need to take our time to make this sound correctly because they can change up the meaning of some words. For example, in here we have caro and then we have carro. Caro means expensive and then carro means car. And the same thing happens with pero and perro. We have pero, that means but, and then we have perro, that means dog. So we need to be a little bit careful when it comes to learning how to correctly pronounce the R and the double R. And R. Okay, so in order to practice, you can try to say this tongue twister that it's very famous in here. So let's do it. We have R con R cigarro, R con R barril. Rápido ruedan las ruedas del ferrocarril. And once again, R con R cigarro, R con R barril. Rápido ruedan las ruedas del ferrocarril. So we basically just need to repeat it once and over and over and over and over until we have the sounds. So that would be all that we have for today. And I know it may seem like a lot, but remember that practice makes perfect, so please take your time to practice over and over this sound. Enjoy the process, and don't forget that at Spoken Learning we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults, even if you have no previous knowledge. Please call or text 1-832-413-3166, and see you next time.